Right, bear with me for a minute. Not done a live chat for quite a long time. I can't get onto the fucking chat. Hang on. Right, mute that. Right, I think I'm live. Excuse the mess. As you know, it's always been messy here. I have been trying to sort things out, but I can't really control a mess that I've got in here at the moment due to medical reasons, you know. Oh shit, I forgot about all this. Every time you do a clean cache thing, it kind of removes all your passwords. I'll do that one. Do that later. So, what have I been up to? Hello, Scottish girl. Holy crap, yes, I'm alive. I'm alive and I'm live. I just thought I'd do a little video tonight while I drink my coffee. Not been doing much, actually. I've been doing... Oh, hello, Angela. The Scottish girl. Oh, right, it's Angela. Yeah, so kind of not been doing much. Been doing some gaming, but nothing major. Been playing like, Call of the Wild and Wild the Hunter and a few other games on PC. Red Dead Redemption on PlayStation 5 and on PC. But apart from that, not been doing a lot. Medical issues. Well, I've been losing my teeth. And I did buy some dentures the other day. These supposed to be clip-on ones, and what waste of fucking time they were. Don't buy clip-on dentures from Amazon, so it don't fucking work. And you can't return them because, you've been trying to use them, haven't you, in one way, I suppose. Well, you shouldn't have changed it the first time, girl. Apparently you can change your name back after 30 days, I think it is. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I tried this, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on, getting, like fake dentures, just kind of repair your teeth kind of thing. So I bought another pack, which I've not tried yet. But then I saw like these all-in-one dentures from a YouTube channel. And it's supposed to be like just put in, clip in, and done, and it shows that all your teeth are like nice and shiny and all that shit. But I ain't got no teeth up here apart from one. I did have two, but the other one broke the other night when I was eating peanut brittle, would you believe? I've got all the bottom ones, whereas the top ones are all fucked up. I've only got one up on that top there, and half of one now, half one there, half one there, half one there, full one there, one missing at the back, complete one at the rack, and two complete ones over there. I won't go to the dentist because last time they took out too many teeth. Mind you, this going back 20 odd years ago, and they were high up, like, third floor, and coming down them stairs when you're half like dosed up was pretty dangerous. But I think that if I was to go to the dentist, which I wouldn't be able to afford, because even if I was able to get some from, like help with the NHS or whatever, it wouldn't be really worth it because, you could spend that like 5-10 grand on a pair of, like getting your teeth sorted out, and you could be dead the next day. So that's why I've decided that I did buy, like, as I say, I've been watching YouTube videos, and you get like complete upper and lower dentures, which are already pre-made. And think, yeah, you just dip them in water, hot water, and you put them in your mouth, and they're supposed to like expand to the comfortability that you want them, kind of thing. And there's so many fucking videos on YouTube, like, oh, I bought these dentures, they really like changed my life, the smile on them, people thinking like, are they real or are they fake and all that shit, So I bought a pair, £30, and I thought it was UK because it cost me £30 UK, pounds, and I waited a couple of days, because I bought one Friday. I knew Saturday and Sunday they probably wouldn't be open to receive emails. So Monday I sent an email asking if they going to be able to send me a proper invoice and tracking information. Well, yesterday I got an email and it's all in fucking Chinese, and like it's kind of like they say on their website, you've got any queries, whatever, email services at whatever email address it was, yeah. So I actually sent them an email through that actual email address, and I was waiting for a reply, and I didn't seem to get one until I looked in my junk box. And I looked in there, and there's an email all in fucking Chinese. Luckily, Outlook's got like that translator. Oh, sorry, we can't answer your question. And they got two little attachment files, which my computer's blocked, so I can't open them. And one of them says like about tracking. I can't open it. So I don't know when I'm going to get these fucking dentures, if I'm ever going to get them. I've got these other ones. I bought two off Amazon. And say the first one was complete shit. The second one I've not tried. What you got to do is it's a full frontal and bottom teeth, and you get like this what are they called? I did right on my fucking brain just then. It's like a paste, but it's not paste. It's like plastic you put inside the actual dentures, but you got to actually put it in hot water, then put it in the dentures, then you put it on your teeth and adjust it until it's real comfortable. And then when it's comfortable enough, you pull them out, then you dump them in cold water, and it kind of makes the dentures harden and make them more light. Then you just stick them back in. Well, I've not used them ones yet because I thought if I can get some proper dentures, I'll get some proper dentures. But the cat's okay. She's behind me. Still a pain in the arse. Always it's been a pain in the arse. I've just been actually watching my old YouTube channel when Simon James first came down, and playing with Tammy, and we went out and done some investigations. But apart from that, I haven't really been doing much. So a bit of gaming. Now I wanted to find out, if I start using the channel again, what should I be doing on here? What should I do on here? I don't want to change the channel name, and I don't want to delete any videos. So I still got a shitload of videos on here. But I don't know what to do. I've kind of have still lost interest in paranormal, but I don't know. I bought some new K2 meters a little while ago and showed them off on here. Well, I've done a little review demonstration video on them, but I won't pick nothing up. I just don't know what to do. All right, Stephen, Truth Seekers, how are you? I just don't know what to do on this channel anymore. Let's say I've not done paranormal for 2 years, I think. And as you know, the reason why I closed the channel, well, stopped doing it, because all the hate and the bullshit drama, all that kind of crap. It made me fucking seriously ill. But I don't want to leave the channel completely blank. I still want to come on here and just have a general chat and talk about certain things. I did sell one of my those EDIs I had. I had two of them. I did sell one of those and kept the money. I started buying some more new clothes because I kind of like gain weight and then lose weight. And when I lose weight, all my clothes are too small or too big. And when I gain weight, all my clothes are too fucking small. So I've been buying clothes, lately. My son bought me some clothes for my birthday in December. Not a lot really been happening at the moment. I have got like a special family do to go to on Saturday. I'm not going to explain what that's all about because it's not for me to like tell the public about what's going on. But I have got a special do to go to on Saturday. That's mainly why I bought them fucking like dentures. So like if I smile, I've got some fucking dentures in my mouth, but I say like I'm gonna have to try and not to smile. I don't think I tried doing the paranormal once, like last year, didn't I? But it just it didn't kick off. No one was interested. I was doing ghost boxes and EVPs, and no one was interested. All the people that used to come here don't come here anymore. You know, Rose is too fine to come on here in case, like people from the past will cause aggravation against her again. And people keep asking me where Rose is. I do not know. I seriously do not know. I've not heard from her. I've not spoken to her. I've not even had text messages from her or nothing, kind of thing. So I don't know what Rose is doing, where she is. I think the last time I heard from her saying that she was sitting in her mum's house and she was staying in the house that she actually owns herself. Her mum's house was being sold, and then she started doing paranormal at her own house. She took Grumpy over there and a lot of her other stuff. And I'm not saying that to me, I can't believe it or not, but she does stay. Her house is active now. Well, I reckon if she's like bought stuff over from her mum's house, then it will follow and probably will cause activity. But I've not spoken to her. I've just not been able to talk to her. She don't answer text messages. I don't have her phone number. She don't talk on Facebook. She's always opening and closing Facebook pages. She last time I spoke to her, she complained that people were still like trying to get her channel blocked, and I just don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of people that I used to speak to don't even come here. What about the bush tucker? The bushcrafting. I haven't been there for a long time. Funny enough, I was actually thinking about that last night. Honestly, I was thinking about that last night. I got me wildlife cam over there, which I want to get. Um, you know, and there's tools there, which I want to bring back home. And what I was thinking about doing is just going over there, speaking to the landowner, saying, "Look, here's the keys. You can do whatever you want with it. You want to knock it down, knock it down." Because I've kind of lost the interest in that because I can't get out as much, because my knees, I've got arthritis in my knees. I can't walk that well. I have to like when I go shopping, I have to like sturdy myself with walking stick, kind of thing. So I can't really get out and do much. I can't even go out and do milk detecting. I can't go out and do magnet fishing. I can't go out and do proper like fishing. I can't do anything. I'm stuck in here most of the time because my fucking knees are hurting too much. as you know, we've had some good stuff in here in the past, but I just don't really feel that there's anything in here. Like on the odd occasion, in the last several months, I keep thinking I've seen that little imp down on the floor near the door. Um, the other night, my door was kind of like knocking. Honestly, it was knocking. My bedroom door, I've always got like the little foot thing against the door so the cat can go in and out. I thought it was a cat like knocking her head or like brushing herself against the door because the door was actually swaying. Not major chronic yet, but you can hear it tapping against the door stopper. And I'm looking at it, and you can see it swaying slightly. And I've turned round to see where the cat is, and the cat was behind me on the, where she normally is sleeping. Because I thought it was her, and I was going to say, "Will you stop that fucking noise, you little shit?" And I turn around, she's behind me, and I think, okay. But I can't put it down as paranormal because we've had a lot of cold weather. It could have been a draft coming up from outside on the stairwell. I've got a small gap under the door which could be blowing in, and that could be causing the door to rattle. It could have been that. I don't know. I've not been in the living room for quite a while, apart from throwing a box in there, because I've been spending that on money. I've been spending quite a lot of money actually. My microwave was completely like, well, I could still use it, but it's kind of like rusting up a bit at the bottom, and I didn't want to take a chance and like getting any kind of like poison, the food going poison and getting fucking food poisoning. So I got rid of that. I bought a new microwave. I bought myself a new little like micro oven with 2 hobs on it because I've been using like this little gas camping hub thing, yeah, and that's been inflaring my asthma again, because of the gas. So, and that's like kind of like old and greasy, kind of thing. So, like, I've had to throw that away, or it's been thrown away. The microwave I threw away in a new microwave box. So, well, no, actually, I kept the microwave. No, I did throw the. No, I put the old microwave in a little mini cooker which I got, and like I was sorting it all out, trying to like, think, well, I could put that there, put that there, put that there, and I've done like, a little Facebook page on it, showing people that what I bought. And one of my sisters that complained, saying, "Oh, you got it under the cupboard because otherwise it's going to like catch the cupboard on fire." Well, I don't only put it there for like temporary, I can't even think of what I'm fucking talking about. I put it there for a temporary matter so I could clear the other side of the kitchen where there isn't no cupboards there. So I've got like a little small micro cooker, which I've practically not even used, but I still got it. So it hasn't got the hub on it. So I bought a bigger one with the hub on it. And that's now on the other side of the kitchen where there's no cupboards there. Well, there is, but it's not where the little microwave. It's not where the mini cookers are. Put it that way. The microwave that I've just got, because when I bought the mini cooker, I thought that had a built-in microwave, but it didn't. Now, if I want something fast to cook, I usually have like a frozen meal or something, or I'll get something outside, kind of, and go and get a takeaway. But if I want a microwave meal, I had to buy a new microwave. So that is roughly around about where it used to be, just a little bit further underneath the boiler kind of thing, But I need the space still, so I've bought myself like this little shelving unit, which I've not erected yet. It's a little metal shelving. You put like a little kind of like cooker underneath. Then you got like a shelf for the microwave, and then you got another shelf you can put other bits and pieces on. I bought that off Amazon. So I've bought like off Amazon in the last week. I bought this micro cooker hub thingy-majig. I bought a microwave. I've bought a new toaster, the shelving thing, and also my sister was complaining about, oh well, if you're going to cook too much, it might burn your kitchen table thing. So I had to buy some of those like heat resistant mats as well. So over the last week, I spent about £300 out on bits and pieces, which I couldn't really afford to do, but I did. I just don't think that there's anything here, to be honest with you, paranormal wise. I was thinking about selling most of my gear, but I put so much time and effort in building some of this stuff. I don't really want to sell it because you know what happened last time. Oh, I've got to report you to selling stuff on eBay. You're making thousands of pounds. Yeah, right. So I've not built one thing over the last year or so. The only last thing I bought was the 2K 2 meters, the digital version ones, not the old LED light things. This is like, proper LCD, which I can't even remember what I bought them, but I bought those, and that's it. But the money I did get from selling one of my EDIs, I did use that toward buying, the kitchen cookware stuff. Jessica's okay. James is okay. As you probably will know, Sarah, my other daughter, got married to John. And they're okay. You probably might see a video after, on Facebook or here on YouTube after Saturday if I decide to, do a video. I don't know. I'll probably just keep it, not do it, and let my daughter do it. I don't know who would probably do it, but some of her friends usually do videos and upload it, under Sarah's account or on their own account, and Sarah shares it out. Sometimes Jessica does videos on certain occasions as well. She always wanted me to take her out ghost hunting, but I feel with taking Jessica on a ghost hunting trip, she'd probably not actually physically, but she'd probably shit herself and say, Dad, I want to go home, I want to go home. And I wouldn't take family members out on ghost hunting trips and being there for 5 minutes until they start shitting themselves and saying, I want to go home, I want to. So it would have just been a waste of time going out completely. I would love to go out and do more stuff, but I just can't do it with my bad knees. My knees have got arthritis, and unless I had some way of doing it, then I would do it. Because I also wanted to do some milk detecting over this big woodman I know of. I only ever done it once, but I didn't get to find much on there, apart from the old coins, 5p's, 10p's, whatever, kind of thing. But there is parts I went to where I did find some of the old King George, Queen Elizabeth pennies, from the 1914s to 1950s, kind of thing. That was on the field. So I would like to go there and do some more milk detecting, but I can't bend down on my knees. If I even put my knee down on the floor, it just start hurting. Because, the pain is so, unbelievable at the moment. I do have medication for, the arthritis, but it just ain't really doing much good for me at the moment, And my doctors, my doctor surgery is quick enough to send me letters, but trying to get through to them to make appointments is unbelievable. It is. Like, you ring them up and you're on the fucking line on hold for up to an hour before they even like start talking to you. And when you say, well, like, I want to make an appointment, oh, sorry, we've got no appointments, ring back Monday, puts the phone down on you, and you've been on hold for an hour trying to make an appointment. It just ain't, it's just fucking annoying, trying to make an appointment with the doctors. Even with my medication, I started asking the the chemist if they can do it a different way. So I used to have like boxes, like antidepressants, glucose, blood pressure, you know, stuff for my arthritis, and painkillers and stuff like that, all in their own separate boxes. And I said to them, look, because when every time I used to go in there, they say, "Oh, well, you still got like 2 weeks left." And I'm saying, "Well, I'm either taking too much or too less. I need this medication." And sometimes they say, "Well, no, you got to wait a week." And I'm thinking, well, is there any other way I can do it so I know exactly what medication I need to take on specific times of the day? Because I just don't know what I'm fucking doing. I said, I know my luck, I could be like fucking overdosing myself, or I could be like taking under the amount of medication I'm supposed to be doing. So they said, well, we do like a splitter pack, which they are doing for me. So what it is, it's all my medication in these like little tub things, and it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, my next one is here. It says Sunday, but it's not Sunday today, is it? I don't think. No, it's Wednesday. So, as long as I take one set each day, that's good enough. Because they give me way too many paracetamol, and I can't take all these paracetamol. I don't take paracetamol when I need it, but not the ones they give me in the morning. I don't take in the morning. I take at night time. That's the way I've always done it. Nighttime medication. So instead of like taking them in the morning, I take them at night. And the only one which is like needs to be taken at night, I put with the morning ones and combine them all for the morning. Combine them all for night time and take them all at night. Apart from every single like paracetamol, I don't take the paracetamol when I need to. Hey Jamie, how's it going? Oh, I ain't worried about fucking likes and like shit anymore. But no, I don't think I'll be doing any more paranormal yet a while. Because I tried it last year. I tried it last year. And it didn't kick off. No one wanted to come and watch. No one was really participating in the side chat. No one. It's like I was watching a video with Simon James when he came down here, yeah? When he first came, well, not the first time he came down, I think it was the second time he came down, did a stream. And I said to him, right, in the title it said, this is not a show, it's a stream, or it's not a stream, it's a show, or whatever. I can't remember what the title was. And I was watching that earlier. And I said, the thing being with like running the paranormal channel is that at one time, a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people was like, participating on the channel. There was like, getting engrossed. I was watching the cameras, I was watching the chat, I was like talking to the chat. If I didn't see anything, they'd say, hey Steve, go back 2 minutes, you got to watch this, you caught something on camera. Or they'd be saying, oh, Steve, you got all playing all over the place, That was great. But then something kind of died down and people just started talking bollocks on the side chat, And I said to them, look, if you don't want to be part of the channel, don't bother being here because, it's not a show. In one way it is, but another way it's more of a live stream. And I'm trying to show you what is happening in my home. If you want to believe it, believe it. If you don't, don't. I don't give a shit, you know. For those who want to believe, then great. For those who don't want to, then why be here? You know, we got hit on this channel so many times with other fucking paranormal channel, you know, calling all this shit and the hate and the drama and everything. That's what made me decide, fuck it, I'm not going to bother with it anymore. That's what dragged the channel down. Seriously, it was. That's what dragged the channel down. And all those nasty videos that were being done on me. So, like, I was watching the video with Simon James when he was here. And he agreed. He said, look, if you want to be a part of the channel, it'd be nice to be a part of the channel and talk about the channel. You know, it's not time for your dinner yet. You know, participate, you know, concentrate. Tell Steve what you're seeing. Tell Steve what you feel. You know, give Steve ideas, you know. And if we wouldn't, you know, try to like concentrate on those ideas, you know, if you want a ghost box, we'd do a ghost box, you know, and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But there's a lot of times when, you know, a lot of people come in here, you know, I was grateful for them being here and, you know, being a part of the channel, but it's like, oh, did you watch these enders last night? You know, oh yeah, like, you know, so and so got hit over the head with a bottle. What's that to do with paranormal, you know? And then, like, you know, a lot and other stuff, like, you know, oh, like, you know, what do you think of the government right now? You know, do you think we've been ripped off, you know, with all the taxes and all that shit? That's not nothing to do with the paranormal, is it? And like, I was just getting a bit pissed off with people not concentrating and participating in the side of the paranormal side of the channel, and like, you know, just talking bullshit on the other side of the channel. And I said it quite a few times. Please, if you're going to be here, concentrate and talk about the paranormal. If we're not getting nothing, we can talk about, you know, other subjects. But I don't want you talking about, you know, fucking TV soaps and, you know, political shit, or, you know, oh, did you know my neighbour knocked off, you know, the one down the road, you know, yesterday, you know, and now, you know, the woman's pregnant, all that shit, you know. I didn't want to hear and see that shit, but we got it. We got it. Hello, paranormal. Who's that? Is that Peter? Is that Peter Legg? Yes, Peter Legg. So you know, it's Pete. Yeah, it's Pete. Yeah, like, you know, another thing, the reason being, I had no one to go out and do stuff with. You know, I went and done, you know, stuff with Pete, which I appreciate. You know, I did stuff with Steve Cooper, Simon James. You know, even my nephews. You know, I've done stuff with other people, but that kind of just like dwindled down and stopped. You know, kind of thing. Because I know Pete moved. I think he's moved. So, and it's like a lot further from where he was to where we've moved to. So, like, you know, that was a bit of a problem getting to Pete some of the times. And, like, you know, Pete had to pick me up at the train station because I wouldn't have known I got to get from the train station to his house by bus, you know, kind of thing. And we had some good stuff with Pete, you know. No, I haven't. You know, I'm going to tell you something, Jamie. Yeah, all right. This was going to be asked of you a few years ago, but I never. It's not so much I never got around to it. I completely forgot about it. I know you go out on a lot of like daytime visitations and stuff, yeah. And I was going to say to him, like, you know, would you like to come out and do some ghost hunting? You know, as long as we can get there and back, you know, because you know, buses, you know, they can be a pain in the arse, you know, trying to get a fucking bus. You know, you can get like with buses, right? I went to Mitcham a few weeks ago to go and get some shopping, but on the way back, I'm waiting at a bus stop, and it said like bus 3 minutes. Well, 10 minutes arrived, and like, I'm thinking, well, where's this bus, you know? So I thought, well, maybe it got delayed or it was broken down. So I'm looking at the bus timetable, and it says, like, next one's going to be, like, 10 minutes. So I wait another 10 minutes. That one didn't even turn up. So I waited for, like, 3 buses, which never turned up, over half an hour. It's cold, wet, windy, it's spitting. I thought, where the fuck are these buses? Where are they? Well, apparently there's a detour on the way back, and no one actually said to me, "Oh, are you waiting for 152?" You know, or that, you know, they don't put any kind of information on the bus timetable, you know, where it shows the number saying detour, which they should do. So I waited over half an hour for a fucking 3 buses which never turned up. I had to go practically on the other side of Mitcham to get a 118, which is now not a 118, it's a 45. So I'm standing there waiting for a 118, and I didn't realise that they changed the bus number from 118 to 45. So 2 45s have gone past. I've been waiting for like fucking like another half an hour in the wet, cold, drizzly rain. And because you don't, you know, reading like the sign itself, you know, you just see like the 118. You don't, you know, when it says that the direction it's going to, like Merton, you know, Mitcham or whatever, or Croydon, you know, Streatham, you know, you don't really read that. You just read the 118, don't you? Well, that's what I do. I think 2 fucking 45s gone past, and I'm thinking, well, where's one of the 118s then? And it's only until like the 3rd 45 pulled up, I noticed it said Streatham. So I've got on the bus. I said, "Is this the 118?" He goes, "No, it's a 45." I said, "Well, where's the 118?" He goes, "Oh, we changed the 118 to a 45." If I'd known that, I could have got the first 45, you know, and I would have been home like 30 minutes earlier. So really, I'd been waiting like an hour in a wet, cold, drizzly rain, feeding me goodies off, waiting to come home. I could have fucking walked it probably if I didn't have, you know, arthritis in my knees. But yeah, I was going to say to Jamie a while back, but it just slipped in mind. If we could have got like a bus to a location, which he may have known could have been haunted, we could have gone there, done like a little session for a couple of hours, and then got home. And then, like, you know, we could have met up and had a chat, you know, done some ghost hunting and stuff like that. But it just completely, you know, like slipped my mind. And as you know, I can't get out much now anyway, so it's not worth asking Jamie now. But if I'd thought about it, well, I had thought about it, just to stick in my mind about asking him, you know, because he does go to a lot of good locations. I do watch his channel. Not every time, but on an odd occasion. So, yeah. You know, like fucking an hour. If I known the 45 was the old 118 or the 118 was the new 45, I'd have been home a lot fucking quicker. You know, it's not so much the bus's driver's fault, it's the detours, because like the council have been doing a lot of roadworks lately. You know, they've done some roadworks up there, up the top of the road about 2 months ago, and there's detours there. And I'd gone on, well, I went to Streatham on 152. And I thought, on the way back, I'll get the 45 and I can stop off at Lamborough Road, just up the road to me, and get some chicken and chips on my way home for dinner, which I did do. And like, it's only like 3 stops from up the road to where, you know, getting a bus from chip shop down to where I live on 152. If you count that 1, 2, 3. So I thought, well, you know, I'll wait for 152 because it was only due for like 10 minutes. Well, while I was waiting for the 152, a 60 turned up. I thought, well, that's like, you know, practically the same amount of stops, just that I've got to walk round the corner and down the road. If I got the 152, it would have came round the corner and stopped halfway down. I would only had to walk halfway down the road. But I jumped on the 60, thinking that it would have stopped at the stop at the top of the road. But no, it didn't. Because I'd been doing roadworks up the road, they had actually told the bus drivers they can't stop at that bus stop, and it went up to the next one. So, thinking that I would still only have to walk, just down this little bit of road, I didn't. I had to walk 3 times the amount, a distance to get back home, and hopefully that my dinner was still warm enough, which it was, to eat. So it ain't really the bus driver's fault, it's the fucking council, 418 was withdrawn last year, before, I think, after nearly 90 years, fucking hell. Melrose Park. Where's Melrose Park? There, you can see the cat behind her. So you can see that she's still alive and healthy. Still shits on the floor outside. I think it's because I don't really change the litter box as much as I should do. And I've changed the litter now because I used to have these little white pebble things. I bought her a bigger litter box, which is supposed to stop her flicking it all out, but she was making a right fucking mess. So I changed that over to these little wooden chip things, compressed wooden chips. I bought them off Amazon, and she's not actually making too much mess out of there now, thankfully. But the cat will still be a bit fussy, thinking, no, I've peed in about 6 times now. He hasn't changed it. I'm going to shut the floor. That's the way the cat does it. I don't know that part, to be honest with you. Round Shore. Hello, Jessica. How are you? Hello, kiddies. Hello, JG and Jason. What's that? So yeah, you looking forward till Saturday, Jessica? Of course I'm going. I spoke to Sarah the other day. I bought a shitload of stuff for her. And I said to her, I wasn't going to say nothing until I saw her Saturday, but I was in the kitchen, I think making a cup of coffee, and I didn't realise my phone had rang. I come in and picked my phone up to do something, and I noticed that I had a missed call from Sarah, so I rang her up, and I said, yeah. She goes, oh, you still coming Saturday? I said, well, yeah, of course I'm coming. I said, you have to let me know Friday, because you know what my memory's like. So she goes, yeah, I'll ring you. I said, well, I wasn't going to say nothing, but I bought you some stuff for your occasion. And I've not said anything on here what the occasion's for. I don't think it's anyone's business anyway. But I ran through on what I bought her. And she was like, Dad, you shouldn't have done that. I said, well, just saying, if Jessica was going to have another, I'll probably do it for Jessica as well, kind of thing. I know that, I might not have bought her as much when she had her ones. But, I can't guarantee that, every Christmas and every New Year I'm going to be able to have the money to give them, gifts for the, who. So, I don't think she wanted people to know, but now you fucking told everyone. Yeah, my daughter Sarah is expecting, and she's going to have a gender party on Saturday. I wasn't going to say nothing, Jessica. You're the one who fucking said it. I don't know. See, Jessica's got 2 kids, yeah? My son James is, going out with a girl, but they've got no kids. Sarah, as you know, got married, and she's now expecting a kid in April. And I keep thinking it's going to be a boy. Because I've always said if the stomach's up, it's a boy. If it's down, it's a girl. But Sarah goes, no, it's completely different way. If it's up, it's a girl. If it's down, it's a boy. But every time I said it's a boy, I've been practically right. I'm not saying I'm going to be right this time. Only Sarah will know. I think James knows, my son, because Sarah told James to go and get the documentation on telling them what the gender is. And she said that James is not allowed to tell anyone whatsoever, friends, family, loved ones, mum, me, cousins, aunts, uncles, and all that shit. He's not allowed to say nothing, right? But I think he knows what the gender is. If he's told Jessica, then he's a naughty boy because he's not meant to tell anyone. See, I didn't know what to get her, yeah? Because I didn't want to buy blue stuff for a boy if it turns out to be a girl. And I didn't want to buy pink stuff in case it's not a girl and a boy. So I thought, well, I don't want to be buying, if I buy blue stuff and it's a girl, this will all be returned, and you don't have proper receipts. You've got to send it back through Amazon, kind of thing, because that's where I get most of my shopping, off Amazon, and they only give you a certain amount of time to, return stuff, don't they? Now I only bought the stuff about 2 weeks ago, and when I spoke to my daughter the other day, I said to her, look, I wasn't going to tell you, but I bought a load of stuff for your baby, for your baby. And I said, it's not pink and it's not blue, so I don't know what gender it is. I do want to buy stuff if it's a boy, and I've gone and bought pink stuff. I don't want to buy blue stuff and find out it's a girl. And I know that she's told me a couple of people have bought blue and pink stuff, yeah. So I'm thinking, well, I'm going to do the sensible way. I'm going to buy neutral stuff, which is like white, green, purple, orange, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I kind of went out and spent a bit too much money, kind of thing. I made sure I had enough for me, like microwave and cooker and stuff like that, which I purchased. But Coach Danny should have spent that much. I said, look, it's only once in the blue moon if I can get it. I can't even go down to you and get anything next year for the baby, kind of thing. But we was talking, and I said, well, I was going to get one of those little baby rocker things. They're only about £40-50. I think the cheapest one was about £40. But it was the problem, carrying it around, And then, I don't know how much storage you've got to put this stuff, because they've only got a one fucking bedroom place, haven't they, at the moment, which they're paying a huge amount of rent on. So they are looking for another place. But, it's all down to space as well. And I said, well, look, I was going to buy that as well, but, with my arthritis in my hands, I can't carry too much, as it is. The stuff I've got, I'm going to have to put in a backpack for one and probably carry the other stuff in the other hand and use my walking stick in the other hand. I'm not going to, want to carry it around under my arms, in case it falls and gets damaged and all that shit. Because, well, we've actually got that, planned, to get that rocker. And I said, well, what else you got planned? You got a push chair. She goes, yeah, we got that, and all that kind of stuff. I was looking at some stuff today, baby bottles, because Lidl is actually doing a lot of children's stuff in there today, and they have got some 0 to 3 months old stuff. And I was looking at them, I thought, well, that's practically what I've already bought. so I'm not going to buy any more of those. They had like little milk bottles about that big for like, you know, feeding a baby. But I thought, you know, food for £10 ain't too bad. I think it's about £10, £9.99. I thought it ain't bad, but you know, she's probably got that anyway. You know, people are going to buy that stuff for her anyway. The only thing she's really going to need is clothes. And like, I bought most of the clothes 0 to 3 months old. I think what people need to do now is like, if they're going to buy anything, she's going to need stuff from 3 to 6 months old, 6 months to a year old. You know, so. But the thing is it really worth buying that kind of stuff now? Because as I say, you know, it's going to take up room, storage. You know, she don't want to have like stuff from 6 months to a year old just sitting there doing nothing. You know, you might as well just lay off that, wait until like the baby is 6 months old, then buy the stuff for her. So, you know, I just bought 0 to 3 months old. You know, and once she's used it, she can sell it to someone or give it to someone. Where's the new one in my house? I didn't get in the wish list. I didn't get a wish list. That's why I didn't get the bottles, because I thought, well, if I get them, they might be the wrong one. Because she told me she's going to get those suckers, you know, the old suckers. But you know, I don't know what ones to buy. You know, I thought, well, you know, baby feeding stuff, you might as well just not worry. You know, like little spoons and cups and plates and shit like that. No, you're not going to feed a baby. Well, you are going to feed your baby, but the baby's going to have more kind of like milk than solids in it, really, to start off with. Yeah, you're going to have like little baby food, you know, like little stuff that, you know, like mashed up stuff, you know, that liquidy stuff, you know, at first. But no, it's not going to sit there and eating pine chips and like, you know, sausage and bangers, you know, kind of thing. So like, you know, cups and plates and spoons and that, and I thought, and baby bottles, I'm not going to bother with, you know, when the baby gets a bit bigger, then yeah, I might get some more stuff, you know, like, because like it is going to cost a bit more money. Like she's told me how much she's planning to spend, but she's going to buy it off a specific website where they get, you know, a good amount of discount on it. I think she said like in total 35% discount, and she's worked out like £3 worth of stuff. You know, like car seat, pram, rocker, clothes and shit like that. Going to work out £3, but she said they're giving out 20% at first, and there's another 15% or something on top. So she gets like 35%. So that works. Instead of £3, it's like 1,500 or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, far as work. That's it. Yeah. So I didn't see her put anything up on the wish list. Also, I'm going to wrap it in tin foil and leave it in the oven till you can smell the skin cooked. Best way. So I try and keep my mouth shut about that, Jessica. You're the one who fucking told people, not me. So, you know, it's Sarah sees this, goes, what are you telling about my baby reveal? No, I didn't fucking say it. Jessica said it. She's the one who fucking, like, let the cat, let the, what's that thing they're saying? She put the fuel on the fire. There's that one. There's one saying about, you know, out of the can, wherever the fucking it is, I don't know. I know you ain't put your address, but maybe she just didn't want people knowing that she's expecting, you know. She's got to give me she's got to email me Friday. Um, just mainly to let me, like a reminder. Because I fucking forget things, I really do. I can't remember what I've done yesterday. If I've got things planned for tomorrow, sometimes I have to write it down, put your alarm clock on earlier, and do what I need to do. Like, sometimes I don't plan things, until the last minute. Like when I go out, shopping, I think to myself, like, oh, go shopping tomorrow. But it depends on what time I get up. And because my sleeping pattern's really fucked up, you know, sometimes I go to bed about 3 o'clock, don't drop off till 4 o'clock. Sometimes I'll wake up early, go to the bathroom, jump back on the bed, fall asleep again. And time I wake up, any time between 12 and 3 o'clock, and I'm thinking, well, a bit late to go out now, isn't it, really? It's not, but, it gets dark, and I'm afraid of the dark. Well, I'm not really afraid of the dark, I just don't like being out in the dark, on my own, because, you get these fucking weirdos out there, don't you? That's why, with my bushcrafting, that's why I kind of like confronted my fear in being out in the woods, bushcrafting, in the shelter I built. And I kind of miss it, but I just can't get out and do that stuff anymore. The only time I'm going to go out there, it won't be until, like, we get longer daytimes. No, I won't be spending nights over there, which I want to do, but I won't be. I should be going up there and getting my wildlife cam, bringing that home. Probably bring some tools home. And I might even just leave the door unlocked, so if you get any, like, strangers up there, they go in and want to fuck around in the camp, and like light fires. I don't give a shit anymore. Because I could just say to Linda, I don't know when I'll be up here next, but you want to knock it down, knock it down. You want to set it on fire, set it on fire, but then you've got to be careful because the rest of the wood might get on fire. Can you just imagine that? And let me just take my cup out. So I can't even get up properly without hurting my knees. Go for a quick wee as well. I did buy the upcoming baby Sunkills today. Now, I don't know if people are going to be buying loads of toys and stuff, but I bought the baby a cuddly toy so he can sit next to it and keep it nice and warm. And it is brand new. Bought it today. It's not old, second hand. It's not haunted. It's not possessed in any way. I'm not going to wrap it up. Just stick it in the bag. I know, like, I know she's done that, but she hasn't done much on, like, the baby reveal, kind of thing, saying like, oh, we're going to have a party, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to have the gender sex and stuff like that. Actually, I know I was on the video because I swore on the video, didn't I? I thought, shit, she had to fucking put the big swear word in. She could have bleeped it out. I ain't getting a cab. I'll jump on 2 buses. I think it's 146 or 164 or something. You may have fucking deleted it, but no, because I've said it, it's still going to show and say that you said it in the first place, isn't it? You're going to get into trouble. Not really, I don't know. I don't think she would care about it, because you don't know the gender, I hope. I don't know if any of the original Morgan's mob is going to be turning up, like, Laura, Wendy, Denise, Sandra. I think she'd probably like to. I think just. I think Sarah might do another party late or something, and she might invite them. I don't know. I did tell Nan, like, she was kind of like happy about it, but I don't know if she'll ever go down and visit Nan. But I know they said that they'd be buying stuff like, like the little rocker, the old card chair, pram, and stuff like that. That's the main thing she needs. But so I don't really know who's invited. I know it's more, her friends, her friends, his side of the friends, family. No, Judy's coming up. Well, I know that Judy's in the UK because I just like left her a message saying welcome to London. I was going to cook some dinner tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to bother now. 7:15 or 7:20 already. Well, I put a potato in. It's going to take like fucking 2 hours. Bought like some frozen stuff today, like peas, beef burgers, some sausages, bacon, eggs. Because now I'm not using that gas stove thing. I've got to figure out how to use the mini cooker hob. And I had to go out today to do some shopping because I hadn't got about that much cooking oil left. So I'll go and get some cooking oil. I could just sit here and eat the rest of my cheesy Wotsits and some cheese. That's all I had yesterday, crisp and cheese. Cheese and crisps. I'm glad I could finish those fucking nut things, which broke my fucking tooth. Completely hot, most of it gone.
actually came out of that secret place.
Well, I get to see the video of the baby on Facebook. You know, I'm pretty sure Sarah will put a. I've got that pork and gravy, yeah. Oh no, it's like, you know, the pulled pork, you know, which comes out in a big ball and it's got like some gravy. Well, I ate that. Might have one of those tonight because I've got 2 of those in the fridge. I bought some tin beans today, baked beans, and some oxtail soup because all the tin stuff in my cupboard is well out of date. You know, you're talking about 2020, 2021. I think I've got a tin of fucking like baked beans in there from like 2019 or something. So I've got to sort out my cupboard, clear all that shit out. But it keeps me going up and down the fucking stairs with my fucking bad knees. But it needs to be done. I need the space. I've not put together that shelving unit together yet. It needs to be done. Probably might do that tomorrow. I was going today, but I feel too fucking tired, you know, coming back from shopping. I've got a headache. Keep waking up with headaches as well. I don't know why. Every time I wake up, I've got a splitting headache. Sometimes I'll get the like back pain again in my back. And I have to get up and move around and sit down straight for like half an hour before the pain goes away. I'm getting neck aches as well. I've got fucking 3 inhalers here. Fucking 3 of them. Yeah, I've been getting stomach pains again. I don't think my my intestines are like breaking down the food properly. No, it is, but it's not coming out properly, you know. No indigestion. It's not heartburn, it's like, you know, real bad stomach cramp kind of, you know. Trying to go to the toilet and, you know, it's not coming out and got to take like paracetamol to try to ease it up. And sometimes I'm not even going for a couple of days. But, that's the way life is, you know. That's the way life is. I ain't fucking taking that shit. I took them before and I fucking shat so much I fucking dehydrated myself. I was going to die from dehydration. I'm not taking the next stiff anymore. Fuck that. Sometimes I'll go and I can't stop going. You know. Sometimes I do have the old runs. You think you're just gonna fucking stop, you know? Why is it like runs when I've been eating solids, you know, kind of thing? I'll take like what's it called? Imodium to clear it up and like, you know, it works. It does what it's supposed to do. And like, you open that, you know, it's like kind of sort your gut out for the next day, so you can go and like, you know, you can't go for fucking 3 days because the Imodium's fucking like doing what it's doing and like stopping you from shiting. Shiting, not shitting. Shiting. Oh dear, I don't know. Life. I was going to ask you what I should be doing on this channel, but don't say paranormal because I don't think I'll be doing paranormal anymore. No, it didn't work out last year, did it? I want getting people like coming on and like contributing and being part of the channel. Coming on, but only like, jibs and drabs and talking shit, like they used to. So if they can't talk, and concentrate on the paranormal, they just ain't fucking worth it. Oh, I might dig out some of my gear one night and do like a little chat on what I think, is good to use for the paranormal, which is shit to use on the paranormal. Because then I can say, well, this used to give me a lot of good responses, but now I'm thinking that those responses could be like not true responses. It could be like, just, because we got magnetic fields, we've got different types of magnetic fields, haven't we? So even when you're like walking around, you're casting and generating your own magnetic field, from this static and shit like that. I could turn around and say, well, that K2 meter, although like, it's going off, that could have been my energy, my static, my own electromagnetic field sent off, So I could turn around and say, like, a lot of that I can't put down as like paranormal. So I could do something like that. No, I could like invite a few people on here, maybe. But that means I've got to open fucking like another StreamYard account, and that would cost me like fucking £30 a month, which I don't really want to be spending out. But I don't know. So I have a nice long think about it, but when I do have a long think about it and think, yeah, let's give it a go tonight, I can't guarantee everything is going to ever happen on that particular night. It could just be a plain old boring night. Like it had been last year, we tried to do things and we weren't getting nothing on the ghost box, we weren't getting no EVPs, nothing really. None of the devices were going off. I tried, I said, well, I'm trying, but nothing's happening, so, it's just wasting my time and it's wasting your time for being here, because I can't, say things are going to happen when it ain't going to happen. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And I wasn't feeling the energy. If I was feeling the energy and I knew something was going to happen, then I would have done streams. But when I was doing streams, because I thought I could feel the energy, they just like evaporated as soon as I put the fucking video on. As soon as I started streaming, the energy just like vaporized. But yeah, I ain't going to do anything else this week apart from putting that shelving thing up for the little cooker microwave. So I've got like a small like little cooker like that, and then I've got like a bigger one like that, and it's like with 2 hubs on the top. And then I bought the microwave which came yesterday, and that's out of the box, ready to be used. But actually, I did use it yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, it must have been yesterday because I only opened the box up and put the box. I kept the box because I could use that. I didn't tear it down. I just left it open. I threw the white looking foam shit out, but I kept the box because I thought I might be able to use that for something. What did I cook in the microwave? I can't remember what I cooked in the microwave. But I did use the microwave yesterday. I can't remember what the fuck I cooked in it. So, at Dungeon Shopping today, I've got some like egg, bacon, sausages, which I'm going to cook up later in the week before that fucking expires. Bought some mushrooms, bought some bread, bought some baked beans. I do miss having some just like plain toast and baked beans. And I've got a new toaster as well. It's only a 2-size one, but I did buy a new toaster, which I've not taken out the box yet. So that will be taken out. So when I do have my beans on toast, that'd be nice to eat. It's not like, Heinz baked beans. It's like a different beans, fucking, as long as it's baked beans and ketchup sauce, that's good enough for me. Just so I ain't going to sit there fucking farting all through the day, because I know baked beans can, affect people's, indigestion. I really feel sorry for the cat, She'd probably go, mind you, the cat fucking stinks when she does her shit, I tell you, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'd get, as soon as I can smell it, I'll get a scoop and chuck it straight down the bog straight away. And then I'll put some, disinfectant and spray it so the bog don't stink. Oh, another thing I had to buy was a fucking toilet seat last week, which I've not done yet. Because my toilet seat's wooden. And when you put it in, it's got these 2 metal hinges on it, And my seat never kept, my seat would never stay straight. It always kept moving around. And last week, one of the little metal hinges moved. And when I went on the fucking seat, instead of being like that, it went like that. I fucking went flying off the bloody toilet. So I had to get a new toilet seat, which I've not put on. I didn't get another wooden one. Got a plastic one this time. So I've got to do that this week. So I've got to do the toilet seat. I've got to do the metal shelving thing for the microwave and the micro cooker. I've got to take the toaster out and put that somewhere. Still need to do the floors, actually. I can't do the floors. It's going to be fucking left hand is so fucked up sometimes. I just don't have I don't have the pressure to actually grip the handles properly. My landlord came around a few weeks back, and I was so embarrassed for him coming in, because the floors is fucking dirty. And I said to him, look, but it's not so much the dirt on it, it's like the vinyl is just coming apart. And I said to him, look, is there any chance you can find a way of getting me some vinyl, cheap or, free? Can you supply it? And I'd asked him several months ago, and I never got a response, but about a month or so ago, he came round, and I said, oh, while you're here, about that vinyl, can you get me it? He goes, oh, well, I've got to put it through. And I said, look, and I actually showed him, I said, look, I'm sorry about the, state of it, I do think basically, don't worry about it being the best do. I showed him, goes, it does need sorting out. So he wrote it down. And I think he's got to write a letter to a specific office in the Housing Association to find out if they can get it from me. I've not heard nothing. And I've been good enough to report when things go wrong here. But they won't do nothing for me. But when you want something done for someone else, they do it for someone else. Something like in the cupboard downstairs, the bin shed, someone's dumped a fucking complete bed, the base, the mattress, and 2 drawers in there, Now, I normally, when someone dumps shit, I'm usually on the phone straight away saying, oh, it's fly tipping, But I don't even bother that anymore. If they can't help me out, why should I keep bringing them up and, complaining and getting this stuff moved out? I can't be asked anymore. Fuck it. Bollocks them. Cost me money to keep ringing them up. Or I'll get, sometimes I might, right, thanks for reporting it. Well, it's got to be moved because we're paying maintenance. We got to pay a surcharge every month for things we've done. And I'm the only mug who kept ringing them up and complaining every time someone's fly tipping out there. Or if the bin shed door's broken, or the lights ain't working, or something else, you know, kind of thing. I'm the one who mentioned about getting cameras, like CCTV cameras, and they eventually did get them. But I'm the one who like said about it, because then that probably like detoured the fly tippers. Well, it did deter them a little bit, but it started happening again. And like he's trying to like find out who's doing it. But he says, oh, the camera's not picking up the car registration properly because they're doing it at night time and it's not as clear. It goes, if it is someone here, then, you know, we will eventually find out and we'll write to them and warn them. If we catch them doing it again, then they get an eviction notice. Now, with the rules and regulations with like, you know, chucking stuff out in the bins, it's getting a bit more kind of like tighter. You know, because I use like a gas cooker, you know, like a cabin stove thing. I can't chuck out the used gas cylinders out the bin because we got a letter about it saying you can't do that. So where do I dispose of them then? I can't like fucking like taking down the tips. I don't know where the local tip is. Then even still, the tip might not take them. If I was to put them outside and get a council to pick them up, I've got to pay £60. And I ain't fucking doing that. So they're just stuck in my cupboard at the moment, building up. So I thought, you know, I'll keep spending that on these gas cylinders. I might as well just buy myself another fucking like little microwave oven, which I did do. So now I don't use the camping cooker. That's been chucked away this week. But I don't know what I can do with the gas cylinder bottles. I could ring up. So that's one thing I didn't get today, which I meant to get, tin foil, and I completely forgot all about it. No, sometimes you don't need it, but they say like, you know, to get it nice and crispy, you know, wrap it up in tin foil because the heat kind of like stays in. If you get a potato and you like get a knife and stab it or cut across both ways, you know, it's just like a cross thing, but don't cut all the way through, just like cut a couple of inches down into it. Yeah, you can make a jack potato in the microwave for like 5 minutes each side, depending on the size of the potato, but it doesn't come out like crispy, you know, kind of thing. Because I was watching YouTube videos today on how to cook them. One says like wrap it up in tin foil, you know, after you stabbed it, put a bit of like oil and like salt on it, and leave it in there for like half an hour, and then like open it up, stab it a few more times, turn potato around, and then put it in for another half hour, and then open it up, cut it completely in half, wrap it up again for another half an hour. So you're talking about an hour and a half in a cooker. In the microwave, you can cook a jacket potato, depending on the size of potato. Just do the same thing, but without tin foil, because otherwise you blow your fucking microwave up. You cut across it or stab it, you know, like 8 times on each side. Then put a cut across it as well. Put it in the microwave. 5 to 6 minutes on one side. Turn it over. 5 to 6 minutes on that side. Also put like, you know, a little bit of like oil on it in the microwave dish. Turn it over. 5 minutes later. Put it in for another 5 minutes, and then it should be, you know, like okay to eat. But it's not going to be crispy. But then another video said like do the same thing, 5 minutes on each side, and then stick it in the oven for like 20 minutes, turning it over every 10 minutes to get the crispiness. But I don't want to be doing it and fucking ending up with food poisoning. I don't think I would get food poisoning, but I was looking at those might put air fryers, but I'm very dubious about those air fryers. People used to buy a lot of those air fryers on Amazon until there was like articles out saying like those particular ones were catching on fire, blowing up. So I don't want to get an air fryer. Oh, I could stick it in my normal oven, but I've not used my normal oven for like 3 years. Not turned it on once. And that's electric. Because the other day I was thinking like, oh, I could really go for like a roast dinner. And I thought, well, the thing is, doing a roast dinner would be a little bit of a waste, really, because like, get a whole chicken or something like that, sticking that in the little cooker. Potatoes, which I did buy today, potatoes. I even bought some chips today to stick in the oven so I can have like burger and chips or something, later on this week maybe. And like, I'm thinking, all right, nice bit of chicken and chips, or chicken, roast potatoes, peas, Yorkshire pudding maybe. But like, they don't do small enough portions for what I want, like Yorkshire pudding's bag, like that kind of thing, $1.99. Okay. Yeah, I could put them in the freezer, but I've only got a small fridge freezer. I didn't get a big one like I had originally before my original big one kind of like packed up on me. But I bought Coleman rice pack ready meal, which that's what I had the other day in that microwave. One of those. Took 8 minutes to cook it. They came out quite nice actually. That's in the microwave. So I bought another one of those to replace that. I do have chicken and rice one in the fridge. I bought some beef burgers. I bought some mushrooms. I bought eggs, bacon, sausages. So later in the week, I will have a nice little egg, bacon, sausages for dinner. Maybe some chips, maybe. Depends on how long it takes for them to cook. I think the chips take about 20 minutes. So I could stick them in the oven, let them cook off, and then like cook them for 10 minutes. And the time I start cooking the egg, bacon, and sausage, that'd be another 10 minutes. So I could have an egg, bacon, sausage, and chips. I bought some bread today. Oh, I tell you, the bread. I had to buy a big loaf, which I don't normally do. I normally buy the smaller loaves. It's not because they're cheaper, because I know I ain't gonna eat all that bread. But I had to buy a big one today because the expiry date on all the bread was either today, tomorrow, or the 16th. The one that I bought was expired on the 19th. So it's still not that long before it expires. I know people say stick the bread in the freezer. I'm afraid if I stick that bread in the freezer and put it in the microwave or in the fucking toaster, it'll blow up. Not have a fucking house fire or something, I know, people say, well, defrost it, let it defrost, casually on its own. But doing it that way makes the bread all kind of like gooey, like soft and mushy. And that ain't going to be no good to put that in the microwave, is it really? Unless you've got something that, will actually defrost. I think the microwave has a defrosting feature on there. And the new little mini cooker has a defrosting. But, if you put a frozen bit of bread in the microwave or the cooker, it's going to take fucking twice as long just to, like, cook a bit of bread, at 15 fucking minutes. And I don't wait 15 minutes. So I bought some baked beans, I thought, well, if I'm going to have like a snack now, I can, like, stick a bit of bread in a toaster, stick the baked beans in a saucepan, cook them up, and I've got beans on toast within like 5 minutes. And I've not had beans on toast for fucking God knows how long. Right, Laura. I put mine in the oven until the skin is very crunchy, almost burnt, lots of butter and cheese. Why is it not fucking typing? Why is it? I hate this fucking phone. I think both of you get to see that. Yeah, I know one person probably wouldn't turn up anyway. I won't tell you who on here in case they're watching. You know what? I've had problems with the computer lately, yeah. My keyboard suddenly stopped working not long ago. And I thought, well, hang on, the keyboard's on the way out. So I bought a new keyboard off Amazon, plugged it in, it lit up, but nothing was typing on. So I thought, well, what's going on here? I tried 2 top USBs and all the back ones that I had spare, even the USB port that I've got there. Plugged it in, all it up, wouldn't type. So I thought, well, that's going to go back. I thought, well, while I'm waiting for that to go back, I'll order a different one. So I ordered a second one, and it did the same thing. Lit up, but nothing was coming out through the keyboard. And I'm thinking, well, what happens if I put my old one back in? Put the old one back in, and it works, but the new ones won't work. Don't know why. I know they do. They are, they ain't bad keyboards actually, but they just didn't want to work. Now the other day I found another keyboard, which I'm using at the moment. Suddenly that started working. Originally it didn't want to work, but now it's working. But it's hard for me to see like the characters, like the exclamation mark, the comma, the question mark and shit like that, pound signs. It's hard for me to see them. I know I should wear my glasses, but I keep losing my fucking glasses all the time. I should have got tin foil, but I've got all about tin foil. Could do with that. Or with chili and cheese or tuna. Mate, no thank you. No thank you. Let's try that. Right, well, I'm going to go in a minute. I've been on, how long? 2 hours. Hour 35 minutes. Long enough. Yeah, so I got a little bit silly about last month because I've been playing like Red Dead Redemption. I wanted to find out what it would feel like if I dressed up as a cowboy. So oh shit, I knew that was going to fall down. So I wanted to get into the groove of being a cowboy. So I bought myself a sheriff badge, which I've not used yet. I bought some cowboy hats, yahoo, with bandanas. And I did a stream, well, I did 2 streams actually, dressing up as a cowboy playing Red Dead Redemption. I didn't use the badge because I didn't have the badge at the time. But I thought, I wonder what it's like just sitting there, being a prick, dressing up as a cowboy. And it kind of felt, I wish I was a cowboy in the olden days, you know. Running around with the old pistols and rifles and shooting all the bad guys, you know, being a sheriff and getting all the bounties. I bet that was good fun, you know, being a Wild West character. But I didn't just buy one. I bought two. I was looking at the Red Dead Redemption little kind of like statue things, yeah. 300 quid for one. I thought, what the fuck am I paying 300 quid for one of those? No fucking chance. So I went through a little phase of like buying cut cowboy hats. I know I used this one, but I don't think I used the brown one yet. And I didn't use the badge because I didn't have the badge. But you'll probably see me on my channel. Well, you will see me on my channel dressed up as cowboy, or partly as cowboy. Now, will I wear that outside? Not when you're fucking Nelly. I thought I was a bit of a prick, you know, like dressing up anyway, but going out there, I would probably feel like a bigger prick going out there dressed up as cowboy. You know, I was even going to buy like the little fucking toy cowboy fucking pistol and like, you know, sit there swirling a cat gun around in here. And I thought, no, that's a bit too fucking stupid, that is. No, I don't use Twitch. That's fucking bollocks. Well, I don't even get no views on fucking on the what's it called? Reddit. I've got a Reddit account. I post most of my videos up on there. You know, my gaming ones, and I don't even get no views on that. Got to try and get my teeth sorted out before Saturday. So I bought those false ones, but the white resin thing needs to be in hot water for it to like soften up and for me to stretch it so I can shove it in my teeth, and then once it's like fitted in there properly, got to pull it out without it coming apart. Then I've got to put it in cold water for it to harden. And then I've got to shove it back in my mouth. So I thought I'd leave that until like probably Thursday or Friday. If I don't do it by then, then I ain't, people have to take me as I am. Toothless son of a bitch, And all these teeth, apart from that one, are all broken. I did have two up there, proper ones. And I bought some peanut brittle and some that what's it called? No, those like crunchies you get, the honeycomb. I want to get. I really fancy some honeycomb, but the honeycomb was a bit more expensive, So I was able to get the small chocolate covered honeycomb ones, like these little ball ones. I ate those, and the peanut brittle was the fucking thing that broke my other tooth. So I'm not going to eat any more peanut brittle. No way. With dentures, apparently, you can still eat hard stuff, but I know a couple of people say, well, why don't you go to the dentist and and get proper dentist? No, because it's going to cost too much money. It costs thousands to get proper dentures put installed. And no, my luck, I'll probably go and spend like $2 or $3 grand to get the top part done, and then the bottom ones cleaned and get all that pain and acne done, and spend that $2 or $3 grand or whatever it's going to cost me, which I don't have anyway, and I could die the next day after having my teeth done. So that'd be all that money wasted. So temporary dentures is what I'm buying at the moment. I bought 2 lots, and the first lot didn't work. Second one I've not tried that yet. The first ones are actually proper dentures with the like the upper and lower mouth kind of like padding things. That was £30 on a website, and I ain't even got them yet. Because I only ordered them last week, and I think they're coming from fucking China. But apparently the reviews and what's been said are pretty good. Looks like you've got nice smiling teeth. Nice new teeth shining, but probably won't get them for about 6 weeks. That means if I do get the ones that I have got, the temporary ones, I should be able to pull them in and out, whenever I want to. Hopefully. Or I might get stuck in there and I'm going to have to drill them out or whatever. No, the bottom ones are okay down here. So the top teeth have gone, apart from the back ones. And that one. I don't think my audio is working properly or not, actually. It is, yeah. So what am I going to have for dinner tonight? Fuck knows. I don't fancy cooking now. It's 8 o'clock. I'll just eat the rest of my cheesy Wotsits and some cheese tonight. I had a half a bag earlier, still got half a bag to eat. Get some cheese, I've got plenty of cheese. And then tomorrow I'll either have potato jacket with lots of butter and cheese and some baked beans on top. Have you seen those adverts on YouTube, Spudman and the Spud Brothers? I know, because the cost of living has gone up. I left a Facebook page today stating how much money I spend on shopping. Now this week I spent about £70 on food shopping. Honestly, £70. And that's going to last me probably just about a week. Before we had the COVID shit, £70 would last me about 3 weeks in shopping. Because all the cost of fucking, cost of living, VAT and all that shit has gone up. I'm paying for 1 week £70. Then way back it used to be £70 for 3 weeks. But now it's only 1 week. Still not heard from Thames Water about my fucking water bill. They still charge me double. And I've given them all the information they required, and I've still not had any letter or email from them stating that they're going to like refund me. I did get a letter from the HMS government saying, don't miss out on £150 to help with your energy bills. Well, you ring them up. Oh, sorry, the lines are busy. Please call back tomorrow. So you ring back tomorrow. Sorry, the lines are busy. Please ring back tomorrow. So how the hell are you supposed to try to get any help with your electric bill, which is £150? Yeah, £150. And there's no one to answer the fucking phone. Fucking ridiculous, isn't it? So what shall I do for the rest of the night? Well, I'll probably watch some TV. Not TV, but some videos. I'm thinking of starting watching the complete round of either Michael Myers or I can't even remember what the fucking hell they're called now. Elm Street. That creepy fucking guy, you know, with his fucking clawy fingers and his silly red and black fucking top. Michael Myers. Vaughn or Elm Street. I'm not going to watch them all one after the other, but like, you know, start watching them from the beginning. So I feel like watching a few horror movies this week. Well, I've seen them all, apart from all the Elm Street ones. What is that other one? It. No, the clown one. I didn't watch the second one, right? But for me to watch the second one, I'd have to watch the first one again. And I know it's fucking like a little bit creepy. The other ones I was thinking about watching is Wrong Turn or Cabin in the Woods. But I think the Cabin in the Woods ones were a bit shit, you know. They get infected by, you know, poison water and they start fucking flaking and peeling and dying and shit like that. That wasn't really as spooky as I thought it was. I always usually try to watch a movie before I go to bed. Actually, I had pizza last night. I still got 3 slices of pizza, so I'll probably eat some cold pizza. Yeah, eat the rest of the pizza from yesterday. That's gone up. You know, if I go round and get it, it's like £14. But because of my knees, I couldn't go out last night, so I had it delivered. Usually delivery it'd be like £17.50, but now it's gone up to like £18.50 or something like that. So I paid £18.50 last night for pizza, 12-inch Hawaiian pizza, and 4 bits of garlic pepper cheese on. McDonald's has gone up. Get this. A couple of weeks ago, I ordered McDonald's. I ordered Big Mac meal, chocolate milkshake, and 2 cheeseburgers. It got sent to the wrong address, or the wrong address was incorrect. I know I put my full address on there, but it didn't state my address. It stated an address 2 doors away from McDonald's. I couldn't cancel it because there wasn't no way of cancelling it from McDonald's. I tried talking to the AI chat, and they said you need to cancel it, but I told them I can't cancel it because there ain't no way to cancel it. They send me a link, and it just tells you how to cancel it, but there's no link to cancel it. So I contacted Just Eat and told them about it, And they said, well, we'll look into it. You may get a refund, you may not get a refund. Next I get a letter, email. So we cannot refund you because it was delivered to an address, stated it was delivered, but if you put your wrong address down and it's delivered, then we can't do anything about it. No, because like what happened, right? When I noticed it was the wrong address, the delivery guy rang me up, right? He goes, I've got your delivery. I said, well, where is it then? He goes, well, is this address? And it's like Thornton Leaf address. I said, no. I said, my address is like Mitcham, like, I told him the address. He goes, oh, well, I ain't going to deliver it there. I said, why can't you? He goes, no. I said, listen, I paid for my meal. You're getting paid for the delivery. I want my meal. So he goes, well, sorry, I'm not going to deliver. It's too far. So I said, so you're not going to deliver my meal? He goes, no, you're too far. I said, yeah, but you're being paid to deliver it. He goes, no, I'm not delivering. It's too far. I said, well, go fuck yourself then, and I will put a fucking report in that you refused to fucking deliver my meal, which I did do on Just Eat. But on the return, oh, I'm sorry, but we can't refund you, and it's not the driver's fault because of the wrong address. I said, yeah, but I gave him the right address, and he refused to fucking send it. So the same night, after not getting my meal, I had to reorder the meal and pay a second time. Another £18. So I paid twice for one meal. All right, good night. I'll catch you later. Say good night to the kids. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and watch a movie, eat the rest of my crisps, get some cheese, drink the rest of my mango drink. And I don't know when I'm on here next, but if you watch my gaming channel, I'm usually on most nights streaming. Either Wild Hunter, Call of Wild, or Red Dead Redemption. Anyway, good night everyone, and I'll catch you all later. Bye for now. Love you all, mate.